That's what we're gonna do.
That's not funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you.
60% of the time, it works. Every time. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. Be careful, man. There's a beverage here.
I'm ready to
Let's talk about one that's an older one that's, I mean, fantastic. I really like it. Man, I'm going to go with more of a silly one.
Okay.
I watched it over the weekend. My girl's never seen it. Army of Darkness.
Is it zombies, though?
I don't know. They're
I don't think
skeletons
so.
and that kind of thing. They don't bite you. They don't turn. Maybe
it's
it doesn't apply.
weird.
They're undead, but maybe not the same.
I watched that during the week as well. For no reason. It had nothing to do with zombies. Other than I love it.
Yeah.
But not a zombie movie.
I don't
would
know.
say.
It's so close. Anything that I can watch as Bruce Campbell in it that pertains to a genre, we'll do it.
So you watched a lot of Spider-Man?
All of them. So Spider-Man's a zombie. Army of Darkness was fun. But you know what? You might be right. Maybe we should go to a more standard one because there wasn't people getting bit and they don't turn into them.
When you said silly, I thought you were going with the Shaun of the Dead route.
I don't know. I've never seen
Yeah. Looks like it.
it. I love Shaun the Dead. We also got a bunch of Walking Dead stuff here. We got Lucille on the ground behind us. Brandon's dressed as Tallahassee. I mean, I want to talk Shaun of the Dead. Started Simon Pegg and Nick Frost's career with Edgar Wright. Awesome movie, so funny. Already you're interested in the characters, which I think some zombie movies don't do it, which is a problem. So here we have some technical issues that a lot of what we were saying hasn't come through from our audio.
Perfect.
Well, we'll address what we did. They couldn't hear us?
Not until about 2 minutes ago.
Okay, well, so if you guys...
you know what happens? We just rewind and reshoot.
We gonna do another one?
We're gonna do
another peanut butter
one.
shot? All right, so I'll talk.
And we'll do the in memoriam again.
God, okay.
We're gonna be getting real sad.
Well, we're doing
real sad. Ladies and gentlemen, you about to see two grown men cry. We keep opening wounds.
Okay.
Let's do this. Make me cry.
Chad,
thank you. I am looking good, Stefan.
You gotta redress the comment. People can't say it.
You obviously get it. I'm looking great, is what he said.
Steven said, Brandon looking great. Danny, maybe you could have gotten ready for once. I mean, this is me without the makeup on, so I don't know why you guys are feeling that way.
But yeah,
I want to talk about Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther actor, 42, fantastic actor. If you guys did not hear us from before, technical difficulties. We're bummed to see him go. Colon cancer, battling for 4 years. So most of the time that he was in the limelight, he was in his private life was struggling.
He just got married too.
Ah, man, that guy, what a champ, dude. For no one to know, that's amazing.
So once again, and I'm proud to do it, I'll do another shot for Chadwick Boseman.
Rest in power, King. Chadwick Boseman, you're awesome. Fantastic.
Oh, peanut butter whiskey. I still don't know if I like it.
Why do we keep drinking peanut butter whiskey?
I'm going to like it one day.
God.
Does it make you think of like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
You know what? I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich joke. It's just ruined now. All right. So let's talk a little bit about our zombie movies. We're sad to see Chadwick Boseman gone, but this is our zombie episode. Let's get into some zombies right now. I'm excited. I want to talk about, you want to go Shaun the Dead?
Yeah, let's continue talking about Shaun
Love Shaun the Dead. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, so funny, all the jokes. He's got his buddy that lives with him. The buddy's kind of doing nothing with his life, holding back him from moving in with his girlfriend, doing all this stuff. But he loves his buddy. He wants to hang out. He wants to play video games. Player 2 is entered. He wants to do that.
Who doesn't?
Out of all the universes, we're going to talk about some bad zombie universes. Shaun the Dead might be the best.
It absolutely is. You know why?
Why?
Because it ends with pints.
They go down to the Winchester.
Go down to the Winchester.
I love that. It was so funny when he's just like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, you go to a place that's secure, that we know the exits. Let's go to the place my girlfriend hates.
They have a routine the whole movie that switches all the time. You got to go get the girlfriend, go get the mom, kill the boyfriend because you don't like him.
The stepdad.
The stepdad, that's right. The stepdad.
Yeah.
Go to the Winchester. And you'll see that those are always the 4 steps, but there's twists.
Bill Nighy plays the stepdad, who I'm a big fan of. He's done a bunch of stuff. He was the Squid Face guy in the Pirates of the Caribbean.
He was in Underworld.
And then 1,000 other things. Love Actually. Bill Nighy is, I think,
unless he
underrated.
played the singer in Love Actually.
Yeah, the guy that's like a ladies' man realizes he loves his manager. Awesome.
And these three, Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost, teamed up to do a bunch more movies.
Paul
Hot Fuzz,
with the
Pause,
alien. Hot
Paul.
Fuzz is a very underrated movie. You guys
That's
haven't
a
seen
great
Hot
movie.
Fuzz? Check that out.
That is a great. I actually just recommended that to someone. So,
Dude, love that.
and At World's End.
And At World's End, not a zombie movie, but close. Kind of like a body
Close.
swap or clone movie.
It's close. It's great. Go watch them all.
That's
After this
my
podcast.
movie that gets me into drinking. Is At World's End. If I'm going to a party and I've got to get hyped, I watch that movie.
You know what I do to get hyped?
What do you do?
I think about all the alcohol that's going to be there, and then I'm going to drink.
I also watch Whiskey Cinema. Let's roll that one back, Jordy. If you can edit that and make sure that
I
Roll it back.
don't.
I like to go Whiskey Cinema. Watching it gets me all hyped.
I like
It's,
to watch Whiskey Cinema, but then mute when you talk.
does that mean I'm handsome?
No, I usually listen.
Oh, right. Shaun of the Dead is fun, awesome, great. Cricket bats, fighting people, guy gets bit. I will say this, though. If you're bit by a zombie, it depends. Bite duration is the thing in zombie movies. How long after you're bit do you turn? In Shaun of the Dead, the bite count's about maybe an hour.
Yeah, and Cargo, they time it.
Dude,
48 hours
you know,
on the dot.
we're just going to have to zip through a lot of these movies. There's so many movies. I got another Rest in Power for Chadwick Boseman from Dave Prince. Cheers, buddy. Absolutely love that. I want to go Cargo. Cargo's on Netflix. Let's talk about some good Netflix movies that are on there. Martin Freeman's on there. You guys know him from The Office. You know him as Bilbo Baggins. You know him from 100 things. I love
Black
Martin
Panther.
Freeman. Black Panther. Look at the tie-ins. This is why you guys are getting what you pay for.
It's not a happy time.
All right. Can have a moment of silence. All right. Moment over. So, Cargo is an interesting one. Essentially, I like movies that try to find more meat on the bone. Zombies are overdone. There is a billion zombie movies. The way this one starts off is they are in Australia going down the
Mate.
river. They have a baby, and they avoid everyone.
Also, if you do an Australian movie, the key to hiring actresses is apparently hire all the actresses from Wentworth, which is an Australian prison TV show. There's at least 2 of them on there. I'm all, yeah, I know where you're from. You're from Wentworth, aren't you? So I looked it up on IMDb. Oh, that's what I thought.
I like that movie. I was a little bummed that they kind of had the wife die kind of quick, but that was a big deal when he's like, "Well, you don't know what you got bit by. We're in Australia. Everything here could kill you." Super true.
Super true.
And she's like, "Well, it had fingers," and he's like, "Fuck," and he's just like, all this denial of like, "Well, my girl could have been texting this other guy for a bunch of reasons. I told her I want the house painted. Maybe she said," and then you see it, and he's like, talking about leaving me for him, and he just it hits him. And he's like, "Fucking shit."
It is a good movie. There's parts I would change. There's parts that make me lose interest in that movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I love Martin Freeman.
Let me tell you how kind and generous Martin Freeman is. In an apocalypse, in the outback, he's driving his Jeep. There's no one there. He turns on his blinker to pull over the side of the road.
You're damn right.
Dude, I watched that and I go, I can't get a motherfucker to use a blinker, cutting 3 lanes of traffic on the highway in front of me. But this guy uses a blinker in an apocalypse. I was like, this is a decent
I
person.
noticed the same
Did
thing.
you?
I was
Yeah.
like, this guy using his blinker, my man. You're the hero of this story, no matter what happens to you. If you don't know the story, though, Dad, after losing his wife, Dad gets bit. He's got 48 hours to find a good home for his daughter.
He's wandering the outback. He's got a baby on his back. His wife just got killed. Also, cool zombie version. I love different versions of zombies. This one, they have like a pus that goes over their eyes and their mouth, and they kind of like a cocoon, and they sprout out, and then they're zombies, and
Yeah,
bury their heads.
So there's a lot of interest in they bury their heads.
Very
which I
cool.
thought was weird.
The government
I like
drops
it.
packages down to everybody. You get a bracelet that'll show when you get bitten, you have 48 hours
Yeah.
before you turn. Very cool, thoughtful ideas. I liked it a lot. I thought it was interesting.
I liked it a lot too. And I love the ending. I won't spoil it for you guys because
Okay.
it's still a newer movie.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has Netflix. And
Watch
I know
on
you're binge
Netflix.
watching everything right now because your kids are home.
Absolutely. Hey, man, you're watching Whiskey Cinema right now. We're going to have to fight Sunday Night Football soon, but I ain't scared. Our fans are loyal.
Well, right now we're fighting NBA playoffs. So
Oh, shit.
go Jazz!
I was about to say, we're based in Salt Lake City.
I saw the Jazz game start right before. I almost missed this podcast.
No, don't do that. Also, I'm going to say a
Right.
cheers to everybody in our audience that's watching right now, I'm going to take a drink with you guys while Brandon tells you what we're drinking and the ingredients.
Oh, yeah, I did that earlier, but we had technical difficulties. So this is called the
Absolutely.
Zombie. It's 1 ounce light rum, dark rum. Don't ask what the difference is, because I don't know. I used black rum, to be honest. I used 1.5 orange juice. 1.5, you figure that out. 1.5 ounces of lemon juice and lime juice. And some grenadine.
Nice.
And then just a little bit of bitters.
Did you pour more alcohol in it than needed?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was saying, this might be my favorite drink you've made.
When I say 1 ounce, I mean just put the alcohol in to how you want.
You know what I do? No, I realize this. I do the same thing with fries. You know how much fries I want to eat? Whatever the amount they give me.
That's right. I order a large. They fill the bottom of the bag too. I'm eating them all.
Yeah. Same thing with the glass. I don't know what glass I'm drinking out of. You fill it to the top. If I have a goblet, you fill it all the way. Ice, I don't care what you do. I don't want a half-filled glass. So my glass is always full.
I might have switched up my orange juice and put orange pineapple juice because that's what I had.
I'm allergic and I might die. That's okay.
Oh, finally.
I was bitten early.
I like that you have to show it.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
who don't know, he did shitty bite mark makeup.
I'll have you know I had a homeless person bite me. Trace their teeth.
Please, $20 right here. Sink your teeth in.
I would have bit you for free.
You go to Florida, you get that treatment. You just
Dude.
don't live.
You just, hey, bath salts. What flavor bath salts? What'd you say? I meant smell. I want to talk about another one, The Girl with All the Gifts on Netflix, which is one that's kind of flying in under the radar. It is a fungal zombie apocalypse. People are getting over, but some kids are born with it that are now immune to it, but they kind of show symptoms and they're kind of studying them. They're super intelligent, so they want to keep them, right, as a resource. Super interesting. I'm not going to spoil anything. Just watch this. It's my recommendation. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to recommend The Girl with All the Gifts because it's easy to watch on Netflix. Try it out. You won't be disappointed. And it's fungal zombies, just like your video game you love.
The Last of Us.
Yeah.
That is my
zombies.
favorite video game of all time.
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 is close.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it, I know why you don't. I've said this before, but you can all fuck off.
Okay.
I get it. Why they don't like it is they put some shit in the trailer that wasn't in the game to make you think that some shit
they
happened.
did that?
And it didn't happen.
Oh, sneaky buggers.
What you think happens in that game happens quick.
Wow.
Their storytelling in that game, though,
Mhm.
it's fucking amazing.
Really good.
So good.
Better than Days Gone zombie game?
Days Gone's great.
Loves it.
I actually just started replaying that for
Fuck
the
yeah.
third time. I have no life.
No, hey, it's research for a podcast.
You are that's exactly what I did. I knew we were talking about video or zombies. I was like, well, why don't I?
It's
Why don't I just fucking play it?
commitment.
It's a PlayStation original. It got shit on because it's repetitive.
Sure.
What game isn't?
Pac-Man. Pac-Man's so different. I remember
Every level is just complete.
I got
difference.
I got to the 126th level and there was cherries instead of an orange, and I was like, oh man. Whew. I mean, I thought you got lazy.
So there's a lot of different stories in Days Gone, but
Yep.
the main story is you're a man, you're a drifter. You don't go to any of the camps. You don't seclude yourself there.
Yeah.
You want to be a man who just lives on the road, but you're trying to find your wife. That's it. That's the main goal of the game. For the most part, it's fun. You're fighting hordes of zombies. You're sneaking. It's got some Last of Us qualities to the gameplay, which, like I said, and Dave Prince also said, Last of Us is amazeballs.
Love it. We got Venice checking in real quick too. Venice, an old friend of mine. Awesome. She was mastering Tenacious D songs back in the day.
You know, I just saw that they had new music out.
Well, we're going to continue this podcast next week.
It's going to be a Tenacious D episode.
I want to throw in real quick a zombie universe law. And it's
All right.
something that is very obvious in all zombie movies. The more I watched, the more I saw. No one's heard of zombies in almost all of zombie movies. Hey, why are you drooling blood and coming towards me? And oh, he bit me. That was weird. I got bit by this guy. Oh, well, lolly-do. And then he starts to change. Almost all zombie movies never regard the fact that there are such things as zombies. It's very interesting. You're like, maybe Zombieland did?
They're
I'm not
never
sure.
counting as zombies either. Nobody ever says zombies. I think actually in Cargo they do say zombies once in a news release, a news
Mhm.
press release, like the governor, mayor, president. I don't know what Australia has.
They have a warlord.
Dictator. He does say zombie. It bugs the fuck out of me when they say zombie. I don't know why. In The Walking Dead, they have like 10 different names.
Love
They
it.
call them geeks, walkers.
Yeah, deadheads and a bunch.
Yeah.
Like when they run to other groups, he's like, "Do you see any deadheads around here?"
What the fuck's a deadhead?
He's like,
There's walkers.
we got a bunch of gummers back there. Be real careful in the alleyway. And they're all like, it's so funny. Everybody has their own term for it.
Yeah, I
So
love
funny.
that. I don't. It's one of the reasons I thought Z Nation, a zombie TV show.
Yeah, very good. Underrated Z Nation. Kind of like Walking Dead,
I
but more of a
couldn't get into
comedy.
I could not get into it.
God,
I got
there's
to the second season. I was like, done.
fair enough, but it got you to the second season. I mean, it's hard pressed to find a good show. Like I said before,
Zombies will get me to a second season.
Really? Then
I love zombies. I
Dang.
grew up on zombie movies.
dude, our zombie expert.
Who's my hero? It's you, George A. Romero. I know you're watching from heaven.
I want to say this too. I'm gonna jump in there. Check out The Girl with All the Gifts. That's my recommendation on Netflix. You guys can watch it tonight for a zombie movie. I thought it was really good. Well done, smart. I don't like zombie movies where they make characters that I don't know anything about and don't care about. It's kind of a mistake. I wanted to talk about The Walking Dead, how much it took from 28 Days Later. I was watching it shocked.
Oh,
at how
that
close it
beginning
is.
scene in The Walking Dead and the beginning scene in 28 Days Later.
Oh, dude, most of it. Him waking up in the hospital, not knowing what's going on, him walking down the street, it being empty, him
We
seeing
don't say
swords on
take, though. We say they paid homage.
Paid an homage.
It's a good movie. It is a really good movie. Coronavirus is zombies. You were right, Matt. That's why we did it. We felt like it was fitting, right? Everybody's still, well, maybe there's an apocalypse around the corner. Zombies?
I love Danny Boyle directed this. Cillian Murphy, who you guys know from a bunch of stuff. Peaky Blinders, you know him from. You know him
Batman
as
Begins, Dark Knight.
Oh God, I mean, really great actor. Big fan of his. This was like kind of his coming out great role to play. Them filming all those scenes in England was amazing because they were empty. Like that is like filming the Golden Gate Bridge empty. You can't. That thing is locked up with traffic every second of every day. So how they cleared it and ruined, I assumed, a lot of people's work days, I don't know.
If you ever wondered what Cillian Murphy was packing under his trousers, go watch 28 Days
He
Later.
does some full frontal, and he's hung just like I'm an Irishman. I can tell you, he's all right. It was cold. It's cold wherever we are. It's very
It
cold.
was a zombie apocalypse. They don't have heat. 20 weeks later, not so hot. I don't know if that means you don't like it, Dave.
Oh yeah, we got Amanda Eames checking in with Zombieland.
Zombieland, I fucking love. It's my favorite zombie movie.
Man,
Shaun of the Dead's close second for me. I'm a zombie and a comedy guy. You combine them,
That's
you got
fair.
a winner for me.
dude, there's a lot of good zombie comedies
Plus,
out there.
you got Woody Harrelson. You're winning.
Dude, I love it. Emma Stone, Michael Cera, not Michael Cera. Pardon me. What's his name?
It's Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg,
Abigail Breslin.
Abigail Breslin. Awesome cast, fantastic, and I love the idea. Sometimes
Murray.
you got all your rules you got to follow: double tap, cardio, stretch.
I love it. It's the first first zombie movie, there we go, that I've seen someone get attacked in the shitter.
Dude,
Or
fair.
At least they dreamed it.
How many times I always make jokes like, "How'd you like the new Star Wars movie?" That was good, but it wasn't realistic. They never showed someone going to the bathroom. It was weird. Like, did they never go to the bathroom? It's really weird. Zombieland, he goes to his stall. He comes and gets him. I was like, that's so funny. Cardio, running around the car. Rule number 4.
That's right. Rule number 4. You're right. I did fuck up.
What?
28 days later is what we're talking about.
Yeah?
28 weeks later is the sequel, which is what I said. That's the one with Jeremy Renner, Rose Byrne,
Really good.
Robert Carlyle, who
Mhm.
is Once Upon a Time. If you guys don't know that.
Check you out.
I actually really fucking love that one.
Do you?
That
Okay.
opening scene where you see Robert Carlyle's character in the house just ditch his family completely. I don't pay attention to music in movies that much. That music really just sets the mood.
God, it's so
Him
loud.
running from his family.
Yeah.
They see the zombies and his family dying right in the window. I'm like, Jesus,
This is my
this
favorite.
is crazy.
This is what got me into 28 Days Later, 20 Weeks Later, because I never watched it. Brandon is a way bigger Z expert than I am. He says, you got to watch these ones. I go, absolutely. Rewatch them. My favorite part is all lovey-dovey. Our life's great. We're staying here. We saved our kids. Can you imagine what happened? Oh, I couldn't imagine. Kid comes to the door. He's like, don't open that door. That kid's as good as dead anyways. They open the door, let the kid in. Mistake. Zombies break through, attack everybody. He's there with his wife. She's like, I got to save the kid. He's like, we got to run now. And she's like, no, I got to save him. She goes left. He goes right. The zombies break in. She goes, help us. He shuts the door on his wife.
Bye. Bye, Felicia.
Going like a freight train.
It looks like I'm single now.
He's like updating his Facebook status on the move and then running. And there's a second opportunity that might be able to help her. Books it. And I'm like, God, you know what sucks and crazy? If shows like The Walking Dead and realistic zombie movies that shows anything, the person that does not let in strangers survives.
That's realistic. I just saw iZombie pop up.
iZombie? What do you mean?
I tried watching that. That's a Netflix original, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's on Netflix, though. Not my favorite. I couldn't get into it. Maybe I'll give it a shot. For you, April. For you. Not for Stefan, though. Not for Stefan.
Yeah, April's recommended iZombie. My wife watched that one a little bit. So here's the problem with zombies I have. Zombies need to be scary. I don't want Drew Barrymore doing what's it called? Some diet with Timothy Oliphant.
You're thinking of
Santa Clarita Diet. No, she turns into a zombie.
I just think you're thinking of that.
With Nathan Fillion, who I love. I'm a huge fan of Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion is Timothy Oliphant?
That's his husband, but she's interested in, I think he's the first one he kills in the first episode. Awesome. Love the idea. Not my kind of zombie. I want a zombie that's
I actually like Santa Clarita Diet.
it's like the same show to me. iZombie and Santa Clarita Diet.
I don't know why, but I think it's because I like Drew Barrymore.
Oh, hey. She has a new episode of Hot Ones.
I stopped watching it, though. I haven't watched it after the first season.
Well,
it's got that Zoom Nation thing going on.
Dude, like I just said, you make a whole season. That's good enough. I
told you, I'll make a season of zombies. I think I watched the first season of iZombie, too.
Mm-hmm.
You got zombies. I'm going to watch a little bit.
Okay. Fair enough. Walking Dead had the same idea. I watched a lot of seasons of Walking Dead, and then it turned more into like a love triangle. Then it turned into a lot of politics, and zombies became kind of a footnote.
Yeah.
Which I totally understand. And people are most of the time the enemies, and a lot of these, 28 days later, the soldiers just want women because there's no women. They're going to kill themselves.
That's right.
If they don't get any women. So they're essentially bringing people to fucking attack,
Sexual predators.
Sexual predators. I mean, they're going to all go spacey on them. And so they bring them over there. And I was like, I love that as a small aspect of it, but I want it. I love that as an aspect of a zombie movie. But what do you mean? Do you think he was is he in love with him?
It just clicked.
Okay.
So slow.
I want them to be problems. I want a guy to go over and scavenge and take your stuff. I want a Negan. Negan was a great character. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is such a good job. We have him right here in the front here. If you guys are listening, we have a statuette of him. But, I mean...
we're nerdy. We do action figures here.
Don't... Well, I'm wearing makeup, so it's okay. Don't ever, just make zombies never an issue in a zombie movie. It's such a mistake. You got to make it full front. You got to have that be a problem in the story, which they kind of got away from The Walking Dead. Which is a mistake. I really loved
from it. They're kind of back to more zombies.
Okay.
I'm not fully caught up. I watch it when it comes out on Netflix. After the season they have on Netflix, the last season, I can't remember what number it is, season 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucking stoked for the next season.
Awesome.
To come out on Netflix.
Dude, I love that.
I was getting bored. It was my favorite show for a little bit there.
Sure.
Then I got bored. The love triangle. I didn't care. They weren't doing a lot.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna plant some corn. I'm gonna plant some corn. I'm gonna plant some tomatoes. You want to do a trade?
Dude, when they had
That's what it was.
Ezekiel with a pet tiger, and you can kind of suspend disbelief a little
Hold
bit.
on. Fuck off, Eames.
Oh, what?
Just get off right now.
Eames? Oh. Eames.
Get off.
Eames is yelling Mortal Kombat. It's not a zombie. I don't know what you're doing here. Jordan Eames, who is...
You knew I'd comment.
Okay,
You son of a bitch.
Take it easy, man. He's just... Someone could be on his account. He didn't mean to type Mortal Kombat.
No, he's an idiot.
Every episode with the tiger in Walking Dead, and I was watching it with my wife, and she goes, how does the tiger know who's on whose side when it's running around attacking people? Because it's humans on humans. And I was like, I think you just ruined the show for me.
It's lots of training. That's how.
Attack everyone who doesn't speak like a royal guard.
You know what? Ezekiel's voice, he is a voice actor.
Love that guy. I saw him at
Oh,
Comic-Con.
God.
He's dope.
He is great. He's dreamy. I
Yeah.
love his
If
voice.
anyone knows the name of that actor, put it in the comments, please. Love that guy. He also did Cyborg and Teen Titans and a bunch of stuff. I got to see him in Comic-Con. I'd like to meet him. Line too long for me.
Money is too much for me.
To go to Comic-Con?
Not to meet anybody.
No, fair enough.
I just paid for Comic Con. I'm broke.
Ah, man. Hey, there's no Comic-Cons now.
Oh, thank God.
I want to talk about, we talked about some zombies, slow-moving zombies, the ones we know. Beating on the doors.
Yes.
Let's talk about some real dangerous zombies that are out there.
So we're going to talk about Disney zombies?
Disney zombies?
1 and 2?
Oh. I don't know what that is. I saw
I
it
brought
on there.
that up just for you, Amanda. That's
Oh,
as far
no.
as I'm going with it. All right. Now let's talk about World War Z.
Yeah. Let's get on there with some Brad Pitt right now. World War Z, based off a book that was really good. They essentially just took the title and made the story very different. Good movie. I really liked it.
Video game's not bad either.
Dude,
You're fighting. It's Left 4 Dead.
that's great.
Another zombie movie.
Love that game. That's a great
It's
video
kind of
game.
like Left 4 Dead.
Dude, plus Left 4 Dead, you could play as the zombies and eat people. How cool is that? I mean, I want to play as a Goomba and kill an Italian plumber. I don't have the option. I wish I did. I liked World War Z. I thought it was really good. The zombies were terrifying. They jump on you, running full speed, bite you. You turn in zombie countdown timer, seconds.
It ain't 48 hours. Martin Freeman.
Dude, yeah, by the time you put the watch on, it's now covered in blood with the person you just bit because you are a zombie.
Dad, your daughter would be dead if it was World War Z rules, bro.
Dude. Oh, Carrie Payton? I think it's Carrie Payton. Thank you, Dave Prince. I appreciate it. That's the name of Ezekiel in The Walking Dead. Great voice actor. Awesome. Love to see him. He comes to the Salt Lake City Comic-Con all the time. I love to check
Who
him out.
doesn't?
I mean, you, because you can't afford it.
No, I afford it. That's why I can't afford to go meet anybody.
You can walk in the door.
But now I have like a press pass because we're Whiskey Cinema. I'm Whiskey. Oh, Jesus! They throw out the red carpet.
I'll start lying. I love World War Z. There's some great scenes in it where he's fighting somebody and no one's heard of zombies. They don't know. Once again,
What are these things? Zombieland's my favorite too.
what do they want to do? Bite people? That's weird. Saliva?
Are they
Huh.
just hungry? Well, let's feed the needy.
So they go over. He gets some blood, I think, on his mouth or in his eyes or something. He's fighting him in the staircase. So he runs up the roof and times it and counts down. And if he starts to change, he's going to jump off the building, not hurt his family.
Once again, Brad Pitt's a badass.
Dude, that was
Coolest guy in the movie. Obviously, he's Brad Pitt.
fair enough.
I love Brad Pitt. In this movie, a lot of his other movies.
These zombies will die from the heels of our boots and the edge of our knives.
He fucking does it too. That dude's a beast.
I liked it when he
Not
was
bad.
in Israel and the female soldier gets bit. He grabs a machete and lops her arm off and then tourniquets it.
Not even hesitating.
No.
I watched
And
a few
she's-
zombie movies and I wonder, why not just cut your hand off, you pussy?
Let me tell you this. If the options are, I cut my hand off or I turn into a zombie in 9 seconds, I'm turning into a zombie. I like my
That's
hands.
a whole lot of time to think. I'm like, what happened?
I love the
I'm
fact
not
that
smart enough to comprehend that.
people walk into, they're like, "Are you bit? Let me see." And they're like, "Well, I'm kind of shy." And you're like, "Dude, shoot that motherfucker in the
That's
head."
a zombie cliche right there. There is always someone, and
Mhm.
I think season 1 had it of The Walking Dead.
Mhm.
Every zombie show has it. I think a lot of zombie movies have it.
Dawn
The
of the
guy
Dead.
is bit.
And they don't tell nobody.
Nobody tells anybody.
No.
You're right. Dawn of the Dead has it.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I think it'd be hard to find one that doesn't have one.
That's the zombie cliche. They will turn into a zombie eventually. It's overused a little bit, but sometimes Walking Dead did pretty good at it, I think. But I love The Walking Dead. Dawn of the Dead didn't do too bad at it either. It brought
No.
some weird, interesting aspects to it
I
I've
liked
never seen before.
I
The-
liked
the
Dawn-
new one.
which
I have
one?
to say
The
the
one in
new
the
one.
mall.
Yeah, well, that's Dawn of the Dead. Yes,
Well, there's a remake. The other one's called Dawn of the Dead.
that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I said the new one.
There's a newer one.
Oh, there's a newer one. What year?
Yeah. So Ving Rhames is in Dawn of the
Yeah,
Dead,
that's
which
the one
is a
that
great
came out
one.
in 04. That's the
Marcellus
newest one.
Wallace. I was like, this guy's gonna live. I love this.
We
guy.
had someone bring up, Stefan brought up Dawn of the Dead. It's his favorite.
Steven. His name is Steven.
So anyway, Stefan brought up Dawn of the Dead. I fucking love the Dawn of the Dead. He did, I think, 78.
Yeah, George Romero.
I fucking love that one. I remember being sick as a kid and watching that movie.
Them bursting through the door with hands just piling through.
Exactly.
Love it.
Plus, it's cool. You're in a you're in a mall.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you go to the fucking mall?
I mean, I don't know. Where do you want to hold up at? You go to a place.
Walmart.
It's a zombie cliche, right? If you go to a city, it's gonna be overrun with zombies. But if you're not in a city, you don't got any supplies. So you kind of have to make that decision. You scavenge by yourself, you're probably dead. You scavenge with 5 people, carry more goods back to your little home base. It's a bunch of, there's rules that we all know because we're outside of zombie movies. But if you're in zombie movies, it would be like if someone came over and they breathed on your doorknob and then your sister turned into a reptile. They're like, I've never heard of anything like this. This is all so obscure.
But the new Dawn of the Dead, and yes, Phil Dunphy is in it from Modern Family.
Yeah, Phil Dunphy.
He plays the complete opposite character.
He plays a dick. He plays a dick attorney with a lot of money who doesn't help anybody.
What
So
is
good.
his name? Mekhi Phifer.
Yep.
His wife gets bitten.
Yeah.
They don't tell anybody. They seclude themselves to a different part of the mall. It's a big mall, guys.
Yeah.
Malls usually are. And she's pregnant.
She's preggers.
She gives birth to a zombie baby.
A zombie baby.
Zombie baby. I've never seen that before. It
Yeah, it was
was
cool.
weird. I liked it though.
It was good. No, I was a fan of it.
It was
just like-
enjoyable.
he's like, you want me to go check on your wife? No. He's like, well, we haven't seen her in about 13 weeks. No, I said.
Good for you. She's a bitch. Jesus.
Also, favorite part about that movie, zombies don't kill dogs. I'm like, pro dog zombie movie?
I love that.
I'm in.
I love that they're playing chess across
binoculars.
the street there. The zombies, they're shooting zombies as target. Oh, Rosie O'Donnell, 8 o'clock. Pop.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds. Pop.
Kind of like bad celebrity impressions.
Yeah.
Like impressions. They're like, all right, let me see. Dude, there's Thriller. Literally, I'm not joking. There's a guy in a red leather jacket telling me to shoot him.
But that movie is violent.
Yep.
It got me.
Mm-hmm.
I will spoil it for you.
Okay.
Not a happy ending.
Dude, I'm telling you, most zombie movies should not be happy endings.
They shouldn't be.
They should be survival movies. And at the very, very end of that, after the credits, it gets worse.
We comment. Love that movie. He's talking about Dawn of the Dead.
Who says that?
Vince.
Venice.
Labra? Oh, yes, Venice.
Yeah, Venice.
Sorry, I'm trying to read from far away. Venice Labra. The game Dead Rising was based off of it.
Oh, yeah.
You are right. They did do the mall thing.
Yes.
I played all of them. I don't remember what your backstory is in all of them, but you're in a mall eventually.
So,
Zombie apocalypse comes.
yeah.
You have the whole mall to explore. You can do whatever
Awesome.
the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow the storyline of the game. You can just walk around and put stuffed animal heads on zombies and have fun. You can get a golf club and
You
hit
go,
golf balls.
you go up an escalator and it's going the opposite direction. You can stay at the top and they can't get up because they're zombies. But I want to say this too. That game is very close to Zombieland, whereas I want to kill zombies with golf clubs. No, wait. Now I want to kill with the golf cart. Now I want to do a bowling ball. Like they let you use everything and
Just
thing.
saying that you're combining Dawn of the Dead and Zombieland and put it into a video game.
Dude,
form.
awesome.
That sounds like the greatest video. I've played that video game so many goddamn times.
It's fun. Yeah, a lot of
Pick up
good,
a lawnmower and use it.
dude.
So weapon.
Dude, speaking of that, let's go into. We've seen a lot of good movies with zombies and zombie hunters, zombie killers. If you had a zombie weapon to go wipe out zombies, do you have one in your mind of what you want to use? Are you feeling like a katana? You going to be shown?
Katana's great because you know what? You don't need ammo.
That's true.
Guns, you need ammo. You're shooting zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I'm out of ammo.
Yeah.
But I gotta pull out my knife. I don't want them that close to me. Katana's got that little bit of range. That's
Sure.
great. I mean, also like a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire. Go the Stranger Things route. Just hammer a bunch of nails into it.
Do you want to name it after like a famous female redheaded comedian?
Yes.
What would you call it?
Marilyn Monroe.
No.
Kathy Griffin.
That's a great one. I can't believe you found somebody that matched that. That wasn't Lucille Ball. Yeah, no, it's funny. I love seeing the guys like figure out weapons to do. I have a couple ones I wanted to mention that people might not have seen. That if you guys want to watch people essentially doing the same thing we've mentioned, no one knows what zombies are. They're reacting very slowly, but figuring it out. There's Scout's Guide to the Apocalypse, which
Which
with
we had mentioned there. That's Steven.
Steven.
He said he likes that one.
Dude, that's a great one. It's a fun one. Ty Sheridan, who's the same kid from Spielberg with the video game movie.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. I didn't know how adult this movie was going to be. It is like super bad with zombies.
It is a pretty good movie.
They have that. They have Cooties, which is all the teachers and all the kids turn to zombies and they have to get out with Rainn Wilson. Very funny movie. There's
I completely forgot about that.
Lupita Nyong'o and Josh Gad in a movie called Little Monsters, which is she's a teacher that goes off. Have you seen that? Yeah. Man, it is like Josh Gad plays essentially like a Steve from Blue's Clues guy who hangs out with kids all the time, and I'm a happy. And then when he gets alone,
I know what happened to Steve from Blue's Clues, and he's hanging out with kids.
Is that a thing?
I think so.
Don't say you think so. You could.
Pretty sure it is. He doesn't do Blue's Clues anymore. Or maybe it's the original.
This is
one.
the second Spacey reference. Funny, good movie. It's Australian. The guy in it's really good. He's a piece of shit. The main actor, Josh Gad, overacts a little bit. I like Josh Gad, but he kind of does too much silly jokes all the time.
He's trying to be Olaf. He's trying to create that Olaf magic.
But check some of those out. I really like Cooties, not as much, but I mean, Scout's Guide to the Apocalypse, I'd recommend. If you're feeling more zombie-esque, I would go check out Little Monsters. But those aren't our big recommendations. Me and Brandon have a couple that we really like that we want to bring in.
Oh, I got one. It's Train to Busan.
Get it.
It is a foreign movie. You will have to read subtitles.
Yep. Okay. Half the audience just left their show. Thanks a lot.
You won't notice these subtitles. That you know it's a good foreign movie. You're reading the subtitles. You're paying attention. You're not missing a beat. That's how you know it's good.
Okay.
Raid. If you haven't watched Raid yet, we've recommended it so many goddamn times.
I mean, we should make friends with the director by now.
We should have. And everybody on that movie.
We're going to hit him up.
That's right. You need to go see that one. It's the same thing. I'm so focused on that movie. You follow a father and daughter who jump on a train, I think, to go
To Busan?
It was not to Busan originally.
Oh.
To go bring the daughter back to her mother. And you just slowly see the build up.
Yeah.
You know what's happening. A woman sneaks onto the train. She's bit.
Yeah.
Oh God,
you
I'm
mean-
running to safety. Boom.
You mean a zombie cliche of someone getting bit and not telling somebody?
Exactly.
Happens.
Well, she runs on. She jumps on the train at the door. The guy looks. He's like, "Bitch just jumped right on. Whatever. Head out."
Dude, he should
You ain't gonna address any of that. She dove on it. Not even walked on. Dove. We good. She had a ticket, obviously.
have done an Indiana Jones. No ticket. Throw
Right?
him off the Zeppelin.
And that's what it is. It is kind of like a World War Z. Those zombies run.
Dude.
They freak the fuck out. Meets like Snowpiercer.
Yeah, that's a great example because
World War Z meets Snowpiercer.
there's a great scene in World War Z where they realize essentially the poor people in Coach are turning zombies. So they put up luggage to hide the fact that they're on this side because the zombies like attack when they see somebody. Train to Busan is kind of the same. These people are breaking through. They have to get to the other compartments and make their way there. They build up the characters. There's people you care about. They have backstories. I think 28 Days Later is probably my overrated movie for zombies.
28 days later?
Uh,
Might be mine.
no, 28 days or 28 weeks later. 28 weeks later with Jeremy Renner.
Mine's 28 days later.
It's my overrated movie. I thought it was good, but I didn't care about anybody in the thing. The ones they make you care about, he dies very quickly. And then like, well, what about this guy? And like, I know so little about this guy and these people, except they're trying to save other people I don't care about.
See, I thought 28 weeks later it was very intense. I still do really like 28 days later, but I watched it a little late.
Okay.
I thought, not as good as everybody says it is. It's still, I love it. I own the movie. But I think the sequel is just as good.
I like Jeremy Renner doing the sacrifice. There's a bunch of really great scenes. Very cool. A soldier disobeying orders to kill civilians. A lot of the stuff I'm interested in. And then towards the end, I'm like, you're kind of...
Rose Byrne. I'm a fan.
Rose Byrne's so great. Love Rose Byrne.
But yeah, Train to Busan is my movie. It's intense. There's a part where they get off the train. Doesn't last long. The reason they go to Busan is because it's supposed to have safety.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of carnage, a lot of zombies. They do something cool in this movie I've never seen done. They go through a tunnel.
Oh, God.
It's crazy.
Darkness.
Zombies don't see in darkness.
They don't see in darkness?
In Train to Busan, they don't.
What do?
They just aimlessly like, what the fuck are we doing? What's going
So
on?
they're like people
What
trying
happens?
Are they trying to feel around or are they just
Like
standing
that.
still?
They're like Harry Potter, and every Harry Potter movie look for his glasses.
They're Velmaing it, looking
Yeah.
for brains.
They're filming it. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Jinkies!
That's what they are. So it does create some good scenes. He grabs the guy's phone. Hey, let me see your phone. Types in his number, and then they go. You're sneaking like, all right. So he calls the guy's phone and throws it. They all run that way. They sneak past. Like, that's smart.
Really good.
I've never seen that. I thought that was a cool thing.
Yeah.
They do it like 2 more times, maybe 1 more time. That movie's very good. The ending I loved.
So good.
Zombie should not end on a happy note.
I want to say this too. You mentioned it, and it's a zombie cliche again. There is a safe haven. It is not where you're at, and you hear it on the radio.
Yep.
Everyone has radios. On the radio, there's a place. It's far, but not too far that you can get to. And when you get there, it is not as good as you thought it was.
The original place they were going, I can't remember the name, was supposed to have military come to their rescue.
I
and
think it was
everything.
Kevin Spacey's.
Yes, Kevin Spacey's. You try to pull out the Kevin Spacey
think it's
jokes.
Kevin
Your first
Spacey's.
one was funny. Now you're just trying too hard.
Kevin Spacey's.
They all look out the windows. Nobody's there, not a soul. You see like the tumbleweeds blowing, that type of thing. So I did like that. Their first place, not good. You see them try to get to Busan. I hope I'm saying that right.
No, you are. So I always called it Buscan the whole time because my
'Cause
brains
there's-
might have been eaten.
There's a C in there.
I said it wrong the whole time. It is in theaters now. The sequel, Train to Busan.
Sequel is. I haven't
2.
seen it yet. I want to watch it.
This weekend it came out, and the first one, like I said, for you to make a zombie film, if someone goes like, "Hey man, this guy's making a zombie film," like, wow, how original! You're making a zombie film. Why don't you make a mummy film? Then I'll be interested because the last one was shit with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Why don't you pick something that not everybody loves? You said you watch anything with zombies or vampires is big. So you know,
I have watched Anna and the Apocalypse. I think is what it's called. The musical.
yeah, there's a bunch. There's so many. So
Not
if you
too
pick
bad.
the genre, you have to be so different, which Train to Busan is, and the sequel's out in theaters right now. Check it out. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it. I don't want to
haven't seen the
recommend it,
sequel
but
yet.
the first
Uh,
one I recommend.
The first one I easily recommend.
Yeah.
It's my underrated. It's my recommendation. Definitely go watch it. It's on Netflix. Like I said, I know you fuckers have it.
Mm-hmm.
You're mooching off of someone,
Ooh,
or
man.
you are cool and you pay for it.
What? Not on this podcast.
I pay for my Netflix.
Wow, you paid for our Netflix is what you meant to
You
say.
pay for our HBO.
Yeah, Train to Busan's fantastic. I wanted to talk a little bit about one that came out recently called Overlord. Overlord, which is we talked about it in our Military Monsters episode. We got into different detail about it then, but Overlord is essentially a World War II movie about Nazis and the Allies fighting each other. And when they get there, the Nazis are doing experiments that involve zombies. And talking about scary zombie universes, I don't want to be in Overlord zombie world. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in Resident Evil. I mean, World War Z.
Well, that's because I'm not Alice with her special abilities, which never fucking happened in the video game.
You'd look good in a skirt, though.
Obviously.
Red.
I would look good in anything
Oh,
that shows more skin.
you look better in nothing. That's some of that charm right there. I liked Overlord a lot. I think
Me too.
the best kind of movies like that are standalones where you like the characters enough and then something crazy happens. Like Predator's a great military movie, action movie where they're going through, all the characters all making jokes. It's family bonds and talking and all this different stuff. And then the craziness happens. You're already so invested in the normal stuff. And then you get the zombies.
It starts off, you're thinking, oh, wow, I'm going to be watching a regular war movie here. This is
Yeah.
a war movie.
It's going to build slow.
It does. It takes a little bit to get to the zombies, to the monsters. But what it does is, like you said, it builds those characters up. You're going to like them. You're going to hate them either
Fantastic,
way.
yeah.
And then, bam, you're going to get some fun.
They have some, which I can't deal with as much as the broken bones and the rib cage is changing and stuff.
If you guys have Danny's number, send him a lot of broken bones.
Don't do that. I already have family members. They torment me.
Perfect.
Dave-
Add more to that list.
Dave Prince has said Overlord is done with Kurt Russell's son. which is cool. Very cool little fun fact.
You're right there.
My zombies taste so good, I want to taste it twice. I really like Overlord, and it's weird how many people haven't seen it or heard of it. So
Yes.
definitely check that out. It's almost
Definitely.
it's a military movie that they go in Nazi experiments, but it's just well done. It's like Train to Busan. If you make a movie with good characters, regardless of what it is, I'm gonna watch it and enjoy it. If you make a movie that forces zombies down your throat, it's haphazard, it's weak, it sucks, it's stupid.
They're all good.
No, they're not all good. They're not all
I don't
good.
mind you throwing zombies at my face. Throw more zombies at my face.
I'll tell you what, for 28 weeks later, it saved it for me when he ditched his family because I went, at least it's different. At least it doesn't.
That-
And then he
like I
lied
said-
to his kids, going, I did everything I can to save them. They were swarmed.
That
She was
opening
ripped to
scene is
pieces.
perfect.
God, that was good. I
The
love
music sets the intensity. You are seriously just watching like, Jesus Christ, this guy is leaving his family. So when you see him again later, you're like, this guy's a fucking dick. Fuck you, man. He's like, I'm just trying to be a good father. You fucking love your kids. You're like, no, you don't. You don't love them.
And
That's why I like that.
by the way, also his son says something that's a little shady. He goes, "There's nothing I could do. I couldn't save her." And his son goes, "There was nothing you could do?" I was like, "It's a pretty awkward thing to ask. If you didn't know he was a liar, that's pretty awkward to ask."
Well, he probably knows his father well enough. You stole the last piece of cheese from me. I know you could have saved Ma.
You said Santa was on vacation 2 Christmases ago. I found out you're full of shit.
What?
Full of
He
shit.
doesn't take vacations?
I fucked up. Full of shite.
That's what I thought.
Speaking of recommendations, me and Brandon every episode want to talk about something we recommended that we saw this week, not pertaining to the podcast, and I will go first.
Okay.
I just watched this on Hulu. Hulu has a bunch of good ones. Palm Springs is really good with Andy Samberg. Groundhog's Day is a comedy. Very good. This one just came out on Hulu called The Binge, which is essentially like The Purge, but every drug and alcohol is legal for 1 day a year.
Ooh.
Vince-
Even slow-mo from Dread?
No, they can't have that one.
Well, that's lame.
Lena Headey won't allow that. It's awesome. It's a party movie. It's Superbad meets The Purge. They don't allow any alcohol or drugs the entire year. 1 day a year, you can party.
Oh, that's brutal. We don't make a successful podcast.
So everybody does it on The Purge. You got to be 18. These kids hit 18. It's a lot like Superbad. And then what's the one that came out recently with the kids? Good Boys, I think is what it's called.
Good boys.
Same kind of feel, very funny if that's your kind of humor. I mean, sexual, funny. But Vince Vaughn, I mean, this guy, I've seen him in serious roles, I've seen him in action roles, I've seen him in comedies. This guy is amazing.
Vince Vaughn?
God,
I actually just watched Starsky and Hutch.
how do you
Him and Owen Wilson, man. Jesus Christ, their chemistry is great. Love or hate that movie. When they're on screen together, fuck off. That's some great shit.
That's funny.
Oh, sorry, we have viewers
You have some
lying to
comments? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, she said, "Hi, handsome Brandon." I think that's your wife, which is weird.
It's not.
but
What?
I'll take it
I'll
because
say
I
it.
looked at you.
I don't
Then
mind.
she said, "Your makeup is horrible, Dano."
Oh, well, that's a little judgy. I mean,
So also true. So she's on point.
she's on point. Yeah, check out The Binge. Sometimes you want a party movie. Project X is kind of like that. Sometimes you want to see. I talked about at World's End when these guys are doing it. Shaun of the Dead kind of makes me want to like party a little bit too, pints
Dead's
and
up
stuff. But yeah, check out Binge. That's my recommendation of the week. I watched it today. Really liked it. It made me wish that I was at a huge party with glowing sunglasses and making all the mistakes.
I just threw one of those. We had glow sticks.
I was pretty free.
Yeah, you were not on my call list.
Can I get on the call list?
No. Your dad was a fucking hoot, though, man.
God, he's so much fun.
He flew in from California to be here.
You know what? Maybe my dad has a +1.
Yeah, he brought your other brothers, and I allowed it.
God, they're great.
Plus,
Brandon Chance.
not Danny. Perfect.
All right, Jesus Christ. I want to talk about some movies that people haven't heard about as much.
Let me get into my recommendation.
Oh, please do. I'm so sorry.
Guns Akimbo.
Oh,
With Daniel Radcliffe.
yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's daughter. I can't remember her first name all of a sudden.
Is that really your daughter?
It's her-
Samara Weaving?
Samara Weaving.
I don't think that's her daughter.
It's Weaver, isn't it?
Weaving.
Maybe I misread it.
No, it's Hugo Weaving's niece.
Thank you. I think I did misread it.
If you
'cause
subscribe to our Patreon,
she's
he
in,
wouldn't have fucked that up.
she's in Ready or Not.
She's in Ready or Not, the babysitter. I really like her. I think she's
I do too.
She's Australian, very good. Looks like a Margot Robbie kind of knockoff, but she's funny. She has great
Yes.
timing. The things she delivers, she's unrecognizable in Guns Akimbo.
She is. I sat there the whole movie. I'm like, why does she look a little bit familiar? So I finally had to IMDb her.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I figured out that
Yeah.
she is whatever her name is. 'cause
Samara
I
Weaving.
messed it up.
I'm a fan of hers. Ready or Not, I liked her a lot. The editing sucked only for a small part. Check out Ready or Not. That's a good movie.
Ready or Not, if we were doing that type of movie, I would highly recommend that movie. It's amazing.
We'll have a board game movie soon episode.
Perfect. I can't wait to talk about Monopoly, man.
Clue.
Like I said, life.
I'm with you though. Guns Akimbo's a great recommendation.
It had, I don't know if you've ever seen Gamer with Gerard Butler.
Yes.
It had kind of a gamer feel,
Mm-hmm.
but with like with Harry Potter, because Daniel Radcliffe's in it, and I can't get past it. He's Harry Potter. Whip out your wand, Harry.
I'll buy. I cast Glock.
This isn't D&D. You don't say I cast.
I don't know Harry Potter.
This is
I'll say Glockicus, Reloadicus.
Yeah, it's about a guy who gets fucking handguns bolted to his hands and then put on a reality game show, pretty much. Where
So
you
there's-
gotta kill or be killed.
He gets on this show. Essentially, these people fight to the death, and they make money if they do, like gladiators. He talks shit about the show.
He trolls them.
By the way,
That's what
he does some mean insults. He goes like, "Hey, man." Guy's like, "You suck. You shouldn't say that." He's like, "Hey, why don't you come to your mom's bedroom, and say that to my face?" I laughed out loud seeing that, going like,
He's a basement dweller.
yeah, it was funny. So that he wakes up, they put him on the show. Is the premise strong? I don't know, but it's fun. It's fun.
But
The
it is.
violence,
It's
prepare.
great. You like violence? Get it. Get it.
Violence, a little bit.
I've never seen someone aim so good with a Nerf gun.
How do you like the homeless guy, who I love, the New Zealand guy,
Yes.
who is
He's in Jumanji.
werewolves or werewolves, not swearwolves.
That's right. He's also in
Welcome to
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
He's the NPC.
Love that guy. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I am a big fan of his. Fantastic. He plays a homeless guy that's kind of insane. Interesting character. Guns Akimbo, I like that
I
recommendation.
watched that minutes before the podcast started. I had finished it. You gotta, prioritize, and I prioritized. It was watching more stuff for you guys. It had nothing to do with the podcast.
I want to talk a little bit about a movie I watched. I hadn't heard about it, but I went everything zombie for you. And it's called The Cured. Okay?
Okay.
Like I said, I like people that find a bone that's been eaten, they find some more meat on there. So what these guys did is, this is a zombie world with Ellen Page, where zombies have been cured. 75% of them are cured. 25% are still zombies. But 75% of them have been cured. They're people now. But they remember everything they did as a zombie.
Oh.
The suicide rate is very high. Plus, them coming back, people hate them. So he shows up. He was in a support group. He shows up to everybody, talking to everybody. And his buddy goes, "Don't tell her what you did." That's his buddy telling. You don't know what he did. You're like, okay. So she goes, "Hey, do you remember your brother?" Because his sister-in-law. "Do you remember your brother? Did you ever see him?" He's like, "Never saw him." Flashbacks are happening. It shows that he was with his brother. He got bit by a zombie. His brother tried to save him. He turned to a zombie and essentially terrorized his brother, ripped him to pieces. And now he's living with his sister-in-law, and he can't tell her. It is rough, but it's such
Not that hard to keep a secret.
well, when your buddy wants you to do stuff and he blackmails you. It's a good movie. I love it as a different take on it. As far as zombie stuff goes, it's not as intense as like World War Z. There's nobody bashing through doors. Nobody's getting a spear through the brain as much. But there is real life stuff. What do? This guy was an ex-zombie. He wants to be a person now. Some people that were ex-zombies, the society hates them. They go, well, maybe fuck them. Maybe we'll just be our own society. Maybe we'll try to turn everybody so that they know what it's like. There's a lot of like kind of nuances to it, which I found super interesting. So check out The Cured. I watched about maybe like 13 zombie movies that were like zombie movies. And then I watched like 5 like Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies is great. I like Warm Bodies.
God, Nicholas Hoult and Amber Heard. And you got
Who is also in Zombieland.
hey.
She's the
Good
can't
time.
remember her apartment number. That's what her name is.
That's right. He
She's
loves
that
her.
first zombie that he sees.
I just want to brush her hair behind her ear. That's his whole dream.
That's right.
So good.
And you see him do that. Fuck it. And you know what? I love a double tap too. They're both great.
Loved it. Really good. Check out The Cured. Check out Warm Bodies, which is a Romeo and Juliet story. We talked about it on the other one.
Did they also get cured?
Well, no, I'm serious. Their names are Romeo and Juliet. It's based off Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, I know.
And it's also got not Dave Ketchner, but bald guy from Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yes, that guy.
That guy. Very funny. Yeah, check that out. Warm Bodies is a good, different take on it. It's got Dave Franco in it too as like the boyfriend. He eats brains to regain memory so he can relive what it's like to be a human, which I actually really like that kind of tie-in. Why do they eat brains? It's like, well, I can do whatever, but if I eat brains, I get to see their memories, and it's like the only time I can dream. That was like a cool motion.
Let me ask you this. This is a question you brought up a little bit earlier.
Sounds like me.
It's not a great question. I'm just kidding.
Always pushing the podcast
This is a good question.
forward.
If you could choose any zombie world to live in, which one you choose? You brought this question up, so I know you have an answer.
Zombie Cheerleaders 5. I think it was really good.
Me too.
You had to declare your age before you entered the site.
God, I watched it so many times though. It was so good. It kept me enthused.
I did see one that said Zombie Cheerleaders
That
versus
is the movie.
Crocodile Shark.
Maybe
Sci-fi originals.
they're classics.
Out of all of them, I think Shaun of the Dead. Anytime
Me
you can
too.
fake being a zombie and you can kind of like,
But you can do that in The Walking Dead too.
well,
But you
kind
just
of.
have to throw guts all over yourself. If you don't mind some guts,
I mind a
think you're
horse
good.
getting ripped apart.
well, you know.
I don't want any zombies that can run. I don't want any zombies that can run.
Me either. I'm not a runner. I just
No.
found that out this weekend. Not much of a runner.
Dude, rule number 8, cardio, failed that rule.
I failed that.
That
yeah.
rule got thrown out the window pretty quick.
You ain't lying. I can't run. So if the zombies don't run, I'll walk a little fast. I'll walk like I'm just at Walmart to pick up some salsa.
I guess that kind of encompasses a couple different ones too. Like Zombieland, they don't really run, but they can
But
kind
they
of
run.
Girl with All the Gifts, their zombies aren't that fast. Cargo, they're not really fast, they're more lumbering
Cargo's
zombies.
not fast, yeah.
There's a couple of them that aren't sprinters. Like, dude, World War Z, they pile up like ants to climb
I am
100-foot
not
walls.
living in World War Z.
Oh.
I'm killing myself.
Do you want to agree that's the worst zombie world to live in? Because I think
Ugh.
it ruins the planet
Jeez.
very
I'd
quickly.
rather live in Resident Evil, the
Alright.
video game.
That's pretty rough too, actually.
The video game.
You want to be the guy with one eye that has the minigun?
That's fine with me. I'm alive, aren't
She's
I?
like, I recognize
Plus I
that
have a
blue eye.
minigun.
Is that Nemesis?
Yeah, they butchered the nemesis.
Yeah, you know what? I changed my vote. I'm going to Resident Evil. Mila Jovovich lives there.
You're right. I'm changing my vote. Shaun of the Dead, because Mila Jovovich doesn't live there.
All right, that's pretty harsh. All right.
I don't hate Resident Evil. I don't. I do love the video games. I wish they'd follow more of the video games.
You just wish they didn't make 7 of them? Is that your problem?
I don't mind that they made 7 of them.
Okay.
Fuck. They did 8 Harry Potter movies. Well, I love all the Harry Potter movies.
God, they're bad. Those
My
are
thing is,
bad movies.
I grew up playing those Resident Evil games. I loved them. I still remember Resident Evil 1, the first 5 minutes. You get into that house, you go find
Mhm.
your first zombie. I played that a couple years ago. I was still a little nervous to do it. Even though I know that fucking zombies is going to be on his knees eating some fucking body. I'm like, oh God, where is he? I loved the video games. I didn't like the movies as much.
Sure.
They went too far off the path, I thought, to be a Resident Evil movie.
That's fair enough.
I think the stories are great. I think you could do a perfect movie with them.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't need a woman with superpowers.
They've talked about rebooting it too, which I don't know. And it's not a bad idea. They have a couple ones they want to do from video games. I like Resident Evil. The monsters are terrifying. The opening scene is very scary. Doom is the same kind of way, where the opening scene is the best part of the film. Put that terror in people and let them know.
I don't know. I love the credits.
That's your favorite part of Doom?
It might be.
Hey, man, next week's episode is about The Rock. Maybe you should figure out your stuff. I'm just saying. Yeah, if you had to pick a world to live in, I mean, maybe Shaun of the Dead seems like it's fun, not too crazy. If I had to pick a world I did not want to live in, I have to say World War Z is
I would
terrifying. North Korea pulling out everyone's teeth so they couldn't bite people if they turned.
I was gonna say, Train Busan, they run too. They do the same pile on each other. They're holding onto a train. Like two zombies are holding onto a train. 80 zombies like, well, fuck, man. I'll ride your coattails. That's what they do. They grab on. They're all fucking holding on to zombies. And it's just like
ants, kind of like crossing a river where they all make like a
Exactly.
bridge.
that's what it is. And you see zombies being drugged by a train and they're trying to get them off. I wouldn't want to live in that. Plus, I don't speak any other language than my own. So
Well, sure.
it would be a little weird.
By the way, I want to say, Brandon made us zombies to drink. Delicious drink. Best drink you've ever made me on this podcast.
I've made a few good
Our
ones.
mixologist
Made
is
a few bad
fantastic.
ones, I ain't gonna lie. He is just.
Peanut butter whiskey?
How do you feel about it?
Don't like it.
You'll have more. It's our new shop.
No,
brought to you
no.
by Jiffy.
If they Jiffy.
Dude, I got it. I saw it everywhere. I'm a sports fan.
Sure.
I went to spring training before Rona hit.
Okay.
They were advertising that everywhere in Arizona.
Peanut butter whiskey?
Come get your Fireball.
Sure.
Who doesn't know Fireball? Who doesn't? I think a
High
lot of
school
people
girls,
love
that's
it,
their
but
favorite drink.
consider me a high school girl. I'm also gonna get some pumpkin spice latte after this. That's everywhere. They
Okay.
advertise like that. Jack Daniels,
Oh,
peanut butter whiskey. Those are like the three ones.
don't
Like,
throw peanut butter whiskey in there.
that's what they did.
Don't
I'm
say
at
my favorite-
baseball games, and they're like, "We have peanut butter whiskey, man." All right, I'm interested.
Don't say my favorite foods are Skittles, filet mignon, and relish. You shouldn't have that in the same idea.
Relish. I mean, you can find those first two. You got Taste the Rainbow of Steaks.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like it. I want to say also this episode is brought to you by alleverythingentertainment.com. I just finished my drink. Check out that episode.
I've been slurping the ice juice.
It's good. It's really good. Check out alleverythingentertainment.com for up-to-the-minute articles and news about movies, sports, everything that's going through there. What are you laughing at?
Gary said I only like whiskey flavored whiskey.
My man.
You ain't wrong. That's the best kind of whiskey.
My man.
But also, I'm gonna try every whiskey for you guys. Peanut butter. I would shoot it again, but peanut butter whiskey ain't that bad.
Dude, I drank with my buddy Jeff last night. He poured me a glass of whiskey. He's like, do you want a mixer or do you want no ice? And I was like, wow, here we go.
I drank with my buddy wife last night. She actually keep up some.
You're like, man, she was just sleeping the whole time.
She's actually a good drinker. I married the right one.
My guy right here.
I drank with a few people though. You're all giving a shout out.
On Zoom. Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out talking about zombies. I want to go over a couple of the movies you recommended that you can watch on Netflix. Brandon had Train to Busan.
Train to Busan. You can definitely catch that on Netflix. The new one's out in theaters. If you want to go watch that, I don't know if I recommend it yet.
The first
I do
one,
recommend the first.
definitely check it out. Anything on a train,
I
Can't
will
Pile
say
Away.
subtitles. There is subtitles.
It's a very good movie. Love Train to Busan. The Girl with All the Gifts is on Netflix. Got to check that one out. And I mean, maybe Overlord. I don't know if that's on Netflix though. I'm not sure.
I don't know if you know me. If you know me well enough, I do own it. I'll let you borrow it. Also, I recommended Shaun of the Dead today. Go watch that as well.
Oh. Love Shaun of the Dead. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Whiskey Cinema. This is our zombie episode. You guys officially been bitten by us. You are part of the zombie horde. Next week we're talking about The Rock. The one
I
and
smell
only
what he's cooking.
The Rock. Thank you so much,
Some
guys.
apple pie. Is that what we're doing, huh?